Good morning, everyone. Brian Hoops here with Midwest Market Solutions. This is Market Insider TV. This is our opening commentary, Wednesday morning, May the 28th. Thanks for joining us as we take a look at our trading day ahead. Well, grain markets mixed overnight. We were led higher by the wheat, up 3 3/4 in Chicago, Kansas City up 5 1/4. Minneapolis closing 9.5 cents better in the spring wheat contract trade on the MIAX. And corn unchanged in July, D's up a half, and beans down 4.5. In fact, the entire complex is lower most of the night, except bean oil did manage to close just fractionally higher. Dollar index a little firmer here this morning. Crude oil up over 1%, and stock market up about 5 points this morning, with gold and silver trading higher as well. So we're off to a mostly green morning in the outside markets. Grains certainly mixed. It was a wild day in the cattle trade yesterday, and we've got all the information in your newsletter. We'll talk about some of the highlights here this morning, especially crop progress and conditions report out that was released yesterday. We will not have weekly EIA report today. That's going to be pushed back one day because of Monday's holiday. Hog weights have not been released yet, but we'll update you when those are released. So let's get into it, start talking about some of these features here for us. Check us out online for all of your social media needs. Weather forecasts look favorable. Drier conditions forecast for the eastern corn belt. That should allow some resumption of planting. There is a little bit of rain showers in parts of that eastern belt this weekend, but overall, the 6-10 day and even the 8 to 14 day is warmer and drier than normal, which is a good sign to get this crop, which badly needs some heat units and help the emergence out, as well as finish up the planting, as there's a lot of acres still left to be seeded in southern Illinois, Indiana, Ohio regions. Weekly crop progress report, corn seedings 87% done. That is ahead of last year's 83% or 78% and 83 last year. Emergence is at 67%, and on average we're 60% emerged. So we need to continue to see a little bit of heat units to improve this corn crop. Conditions came in at only 68% good to excellent. That was well below estimates of 73%, but it is the same ratings as the 2023 crop, which turned out to be a pretty decent crop. So not a disastrous good to excellent rating by any means, but it is a little bit of a surprise to the trade that was expecting higher ratings. Soybean seeding 76% done. Last year we were 68, and emergence is at 50% versus average of 40%. So soybean crop in ahead of normal and on pace or better as far as emergence goes. Corn seedings, they're ahead of last year as well. Spring wheat seedings 87% done. Emergence stands at 60%. That's ahead of the average. But the first wheat conditions of the year came in at only 45 good to excellent. That was well below estimates of 70%. And in fact, that's the lowest ratings since the last 37 years. And go back, that's probably about as long as history as we have on these good to excellent ratings. So very poorly rated spring wheat crop to start off the year, and that's been reflective in our prices overnight as we did rally 9.5 cents. Winter wheat conditions fell 2% last week to 50 good to excellent. That's helping Kansas City to rally overnight as we closed 5 cents better. That's down 2% on the week, but still, compared to last year, 2% higher than last year's 48%. Just not as high as what everyone had thought it would be after a pretty wet week across the winter wheat belt. This week's cattle facts show list, up 4,200 head for a total of 217,000 head. Now, we had a wild day yesterday as futures traded higher on the cattle and feed report, then sold off as it was rumors about a screwworm found in Missouri. It was reported by either radio station or TV station, but not confirmed by the USDA. And so once the USDA did not confirm it, the futures market rallied off of its lows after absorbing some heavy selling pressure, closed middle of the range. Now, the show list numbers still telling us that numbers are going to be tight. Cash should be at least steady this week once again. And we probably going to recover a little bit more on the opening this morning in that cattle complex, given all the volatility that we saw yesterday. All right, I'm going to sign off here, but wish you a wonderful day of trade. Good luck, and as always, reach out to us. This has been Brian Hoops from Midwest Markets. Good luck and good trading.